can really hear.
This guy has the potential to be the most athletic player to play the position. When you hear something like that, what does it mean to you?
I didn't really hear you from the beginning, please.
Yes,
Repeat yourself.
Coach Avon said your athleticism and just hearing like you could be like one of the most talented players to play tight end. So what does that like mean when you hear that?
Oh, I mean, it's a blessing because, having someone like Coach Alec, have so much faith in me, invest his time in me. It's a really, huge thing. So I have to do my best to make the best of this opportunity. So, yeah.
Emmanuel, can you take us back for people that maybe don't know about being discovered by OCU Manura and his scouts and how that came to be?
Was back in Nigeria. That was almost 2 years now. So I was playing basketball at the time. Also came for the camp. Did my best, in socks. Just did what I had to do, and he saw the zeal I had for the game and gave me the opportunity to play football in the UK at the NFL Academy, and I put my 100% into it, and I'm here.
What was it about Tennessee's program that gave you the confidence to come overseas all the way over here and play for Josh Heupel?
The Coach Heupel gave me, his unique vision for me. What he sees me becoming in the nearest future, the way he could, build me to become the best player I can, possibly become. So, he's a really unique coach. The coaching staff, great guys. Coach Alec is one of the, best to do the job. So, being in such an environment with such coaches is a blessing.
Adam and then Vince.
Emmanuel, what's the sort of the differences in culture from where you're from to here? Like the food, how people are, the way people talk. What's different in the culture?
I mean, it depends if you're asking me if it's Nigeria, UK, or the US, but I would say like the US to Nigeria is quite, different. Accent, languages, the style, the way people dress. I mean, it's quite different. The food, the environment in general. But where I grew up in Lagos, Nigeria, so it's quite similar to out here. And where I grew up is more of like nature, so it's more similar to Knoxville. So that's a good reason why I chose here.
You said languages. How many languages are you fluent in?
I would say fluent in English, fluent in my native language, Igbo, fluent in Pidgin English. That's pretty much it.
Vince.
Two questions, I'll ask them separately. You mentioned the vision that Coach Heupel said that he told you he had for you. What was that vision?
Making me become, using what I have, the gifts I have to build me to become the best player I can become, using me for the benefit of the program and, just making me become the best player I can be, possibly.
At the time, was that specific to one side of the ball, tight end, defensive end, or is that to be determined when you got here?
Yeah, the choice was left to me, Anywhere I play, either side of the ball, I would make a good impact. So, he left it open.
So why did you choose tight end?
I feel like, I can use, my speed to operate more in space. So, me being able to use my athleticism, on the offense would be a great thing for me. So, still waiting to see how much can unfold.
Rob.
Emmanuel, when you're practicing or on the field and you're working with a guy like Jacob Warren or Colin Castles, who've been playing this game all their life or you played in their 6 year of college, how do you keep from getting discouraged when something may come naturally to them that is brand new to you?
I take it the same way I took basketball, because going into basketball, everything wasn't, so smooth for me. So it's just one step at a time. Gradually, everything will come into place. So that's just what I'm doing right now.
Casey in the back.
What would you say are some of the expectations that Coach Avon has for you as well as the other tight ends, and how are you planning to rise up and meet those expectations as well?
Please can you rephrase the question? Can you rephrase the question?
Yeah, just any expectations that coaches have for you, Coach Evelyn, Coach Heupel, and how you want to live up to those expectations.
I mean, they have, really high expectations from me, recruiting me from overseas. They definitely had, expectations, and, working my ass off every day, doing the best I could do. The rest of the Titans, we just do what we're supposed to do, and we should get there, hopefully.
People learn in different ways. I'm curious to know, like, which way has been most helpful for you to learn football? Is it up on the board? Is it watching the game? Is it just out there in the field? What's helped you most learn football?
I mean, everything you mentioned plays, a big role in learning, like being theoretically, practically, everything plays a big role. So I just, do everything I can possibly do to learn and be better at what I do.
All right, we'll do a couple more. We'll do Paige and Karthik, and then finish with Patrick.
What have you enjoyed most during your time with Tennessee?
I would say my time with the players. I don't really have much family out here, so I spend almost every hour of my day with them, with my coaches. So, I mean, the time I spend in the locker room, the energy on the field, in the weight room, and, Coach Alec and Coach Heupel, taking me through stuff. So, I mean, that's pretty much, the best I've had so far.
Karthik.
What makes you most excited about this opportunity at Tennessee, and what do you hope to accomplish?
I mean, there's no ceiling to what I can accomplish. So I just keep, pushing for the most I could get. So, I mean, I just keep getting better as I normally do. So just keep going high, and I should get, to the peak of where I'm supposed to get to.
Patrick, last question.
Emmanuel, a couple of questions. First, your first 2 days of practice out here, what have they been like? Have you done better than you thought? You find yourself having to learn pretty much all the time, or have you surprised yourself with how maybe well you've done?
The first day was good. I mean, but today was better, and tomorrow will be better. So that's just how I keep going. So today, if I didn't do too well, tomorrow I'll be better. So I just keep getting better every day.
And secondly, you talked about spending a lot of time with your teammates. Who are some guys that you kind of bonded with over the past couple months that have come sort of well with you and being from overseas that helped you sort of adjust to being in a new country and everything else you've been adjusting?
I mean, our tight end room is really, full of great guys. Jacob Warren, he's a great, big bro to me, and Ethan Davis. We are pretty much, new, so we could walk through almost everything together, get reps together. So he's like the guy I do most of the stuff with. But everyone in the tight end room, they pretty much help me with everything. So they've made me, really love doing what I do, and make me feel free to ask questions and say whatever I want to say without feeling, less of myself.
Thanks, Emmanuel. That's it for everybody. Thank you.
Thanks, Emmanuel.